Hello everyone, my name is Ujjwal. I'm currently studying CSC third year. Today I'm going to explain about our project which we have done during our DWDM course under the guidance of the Miss Anusha Nalajala. Our project name is Airbnb Data Analysis and Price Prediction. So I will be explaining about this code in a beginner friendly manner so anyone can understand it easily. I will be using the simple terms. So let us move on to the code. Moving on, let us discuss about the libraries what we have used in this project. We are importing NumPy and Pandas so that we can work on the data that is stored in the tables and the numerical data and also the array data. We are using the Matplotlib and also Matplotlib.image so that we can be generating and loading images and plotting the graphs and visualizing the data. And after that, we will be reading the CSV file which is related to our project that is Airbnb 2019 data, which has the listings of the Airbnb in the New York City during the time span of the 2019. After that, we will be seeing the 5 rows inside the CSV file so that we can understand what kind of data we will be uh, doing analysis in the later part. So here are the 5 rows inside the CSV file. You can see the columns ID name, host ID, host name, name, neighborhood group, latitude, longitude, etc., etc. After that, we will be converting the last row column to the date time format so that it is important to change the format so that it makes sure that we will be using the dates in a right way and we will be seeing the data types of all the rows, all the columns in this data set. Yeah, you can see here. These are the column names and these are the data types of these column names so that we get a clear understanding about what data is stored in each column. After that, we will be seeing how many null values are there in each columns because there should be no gaps between the data because it will be interrupting the uh, analysis part and in the later part it will lead to the mispredictions etc etc. So we need to fill those gaps. You can see here in the name column, we have 16 null values filled and the host name 21 and the last review and the reviews per month. These are too many, which we need to avoid. After that, we as the reviews per month uh, in this column, we will be filling the average values of the reviews per month so that the gaps will be filled with average value, uh, which will not affect the accuracy and analysis in the later part. We will be dropping the host name in the last review column because these columns does not contribute much to our analysis. So we need to keep this data set focused for this analysis. After that, we will be seeing how many null values are still left inside these columns. So moving on, let us discuss about why we have imported this Seaborn. Seaborn is used to create the graphs, and we have also here we have selected the columns with only the numericals and also found the correlation between these numerical columns. And then we have set up the size of these graphs to 8 into 8 inch. And also we have made sure that we will be removing the top triangle of this heat map so that the values does not repeat itself. And we have set here and it is equal to true because we will be using the actual data and FMT is equal to 1.2f. That means we will be using the decimal data also and mass is equal to drop self. That means we will be removing the top triangle of this heat map. You can see that. So this is a correlation between these no, numerical columns. After that, we will be setting up the chart size of the Violin plot to the 8 into 8 inch, and we have set the x-axis with the areas in the New York City, and y is equal to the number of days the availability of these listings. So you can see here, these are the areas in the New York City, and this is the availability in 365 days. And we have also set up the size chart of the bar chart with the x-axis of the areas in the New York City and y-axis with the prices at those areas. So you can see here at this Brooklyn, the price will be around 125, and the Manhattan it will be around 175 to 200, like that, and so on. After that, we will be plotting the scatter plot with the x-axis of the longitude and y as the latitude, and with the using different colors for the different areas in the New York City. So we can see here, these are the different colors for the different areas in New York City, and this is the longitude and this is the latitude of these areas. And after that, we will be creating a special function named as the categorize, which will take the price of these hotels in these areas and it categorized into low, medium, high with the based upon these prices. With the price which is less than or equal to 75, it goes under the low, and from 75 to 500, it goes under the medium. Higher than the 500, it goes under the high. This code shows that the every price in this data set is taken, and for that each uh, price it will be plotting a graph with the uh, number of uh, uh, number of hotels, number of categories of that. So moving on, let us discuss about why we have imported WordCloud, because we will be creating image with having the most common word as the bigger. For that, we have imported this WordCloud, and we have also joined all the listing words into the single string. And then we have set the background color to the white, and we have set the max number of words so that only the top 200 words will be appearing in the image. And then we have set the sizes of this picture so that it will be seen bigger and nice. After that, we will be displaying the image and we will be removing the axis names x-axis and y-axis so it can be seen clear. After that, we will be uh, creating a histogram for the column number of reviews. Basically, the histogram describes how often different number of reviewers appear at each time. And after that, we will be seeing how many null values are there in the name column. We will be filling them with the empty string. And after that, we will be checking again. Let's see how it works. We can see here. So this is the previous one, and this is for the what we have created now, the 200 words. And after that, we will be yeah. This is the histogram of number of reviews, and we will be checking. Now there are 16. So after that, there are none null values inside the name column. So let us discuss about why we have imported this regular expression module. We have used this regular expression module to clean up the text. Here we have created a separate function, remove punctuation, delete special characters. We will what it does it removes any digit, any punctuation like comma and any special characters in the text. Here we will be creating a new clean name column from the existing name column and after applying the cleaning function, we will be comparing these two columns. First few one you can see here. Now let us move on to another. Let us discuss about this part of the code. We have initialized multiple libraries and the models so that we can data pre-process and we use the different kinds of machine learning models and evaluate. First of all, we will be creating the function called as the classify as cheap or expensive, which will be taking each listing and will be categorizing each as expensive one if it is greater than 300 and cheap as it is less than 300. And then we will be creating a separate target column from the price column, which is existing as prior. And by using this function, it is categorizing each listing from this price as the cheap and expensive one, and it is stored into the target column. In this target column, we will be finding how many times expensive and the cheap ones is arrived, and how many items are there. And after that, we will be splitting the data into 80% of training data and 20% into testing data. So 80% of the data is used for training the model, and the 20% is used to predict the data. Here we will be converting all the textual data into the numerical so the model can understand. And here we will be balancing the data if there is any imbalance, like a majority is very less than the minor cheap. Sorry. If the cheap is very much than the expensive one, we will be balancing the expensive one. After that, we will be using the machine learning model LGBM so that and we will be training this model so that with the 80% of the data, and we will be predicting the all the listings from the test data and to categorize it into the expensive or the cheap one, and we will be printing the accuracy and recall in the classified report of this model so that we can understand how well this model works. Accuracy is the how often the model will be predicting the correct values, and recall is how well the it predicts the positive values like expensive one. And let us move on to the next code. We will be dropping the columns like target and clean name, so because that does not do much favor in the data analysis in upcoming models, and we will be seeing the top five rows in the data set. So let us go. Yeah, you can see here the precision, the accuracy, the macro average, weighted average, the recall, F1 score, and the support here. And also we will be removing these columns, and then we will be seeing the rows. So you can see there is no target here and also the clean name here. So let us move on to the next code. Moving on, let us discuss about this code. We have imported the label encoder. Basically, this label encoder changes the categorical data into the numerical data. As we know that we have the different categorical columns like a neighborhood group, neighborhood, and room type. We will be converting these neighborhood group table values like the Manhattan, Brooklyn into the numericals. Like Manhattan might get 0 and Brooklyn might get 1, etc., etc. Similar to that, we will be doing to the neighborhood and also the room type. Like entire room will be having the 0, and the private room will be having a 1, like that. And for we will be showing the first few rows of the data set to make sure these changes are happened or not. So you can see that the neighborhood group and the neighborhood and also room type got numerical values instead of the categorical values. After that, we will be moving on to the linear regression and some matrices from the scikit-learn. Basically, these matrices are used to analyze or to display or evaluate the performance of this model, and a linear regression is to classify. So after that, we will be having the feature values, or you can say the values. Uh, or using these values, we want to predict some value. For that, we will be using the neighborhood group, neighborhood room type, minimum nights, number of reviews per month, etc., etc. And we will be using the target value, which is a price, is set to the price. So using these x features, we will be finding the y feature, that is price. After that, we will be setting the data set into the 80% and 20%, which 80% is the training and 20% is testing. And we will be training the linear regression model here using the training data. And after that, we will be testing here for the each listing from the x values to predict the y values, and we will be importing the mean absolute error, which is another matrix to evaluate the performance of this model. After that, we will be printing each of these matrices you can see here. So this is the mean square error, R2 square, and mean absolute error. So let us move on to the next code. So moving on, let us discuss about this decision tree regression. We are using this model to predict the prices as like we have done before for the prices of the hotel. So we are initializing it with the max step 3 and a random state is equal to 0 because for the repeatable values, and also we are setting the level to the 3, and we are using the squared error to minimize the error for this tree. And also we are splitting the data into the two parts as we have done in the previous models as 80% and the 20%, and training the model with the training data set. And also we will be predicting the values from the test data here. After that, we will be printing out the how far the predictions are using, and by the average of the prediction, how does this predictions are good using this special formula here. And after that, we will be uh, printing out the matrices of this evaluation of this model, that are mean square error, which is the average error, and R2 square error, how it describes how the model fits the data. And also mean absolute error is the mean of the absolute errors. So mean square error and mean absolute error is less the better, and the R2 score is more the better. After that, we will be say in the initial rows of this data set. Oh, wait a minute. Before that, we will be. So this is absolute deviation, mean square error, R2 square, R2 score, mean absolute error. So that's being to the end of this project. Throughout this project, we have been doing that cleaning, evaluating, and seeing the data set, and also filling up the missing values with the average values and removing the unnecessary columns. After that, we have also done the scatter plots, bar graphs, and we have also used the word cloud based upon the data set to visualize the data. And also we have categorized the prices into the low, medium, and high. And we have also split the data in several times and use it for the several models to predict the price. At final, we have used the simple tool, you can say fuzzy wuzzy tool to match the common or similar names in the all listing. So that is our project about Airbnb New York City 2019 data set, which contains the analysis and also the prediction of the prices. Thank you.